sales training with the mortgage calculator. We'll get started here in just a few minutes. Just let us go live on all the different platforms. I'm going to go ahead and put the chat up on the screen, so feel free to drop a comment in there as you tune in. And we'll get into this momentarily here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in early. Appreciate it. We will get started here shortly. Good morning there, Nicole. Appreciate the comment. Happy Friday, everyone. Just give us a few minutes here to get live on all the different platforms, and we will go ahead and get started. Hope everyone had a great week and is ready to have a great weekend. Remember, all the loan officers out there, calling on the weekend is actually the best time to call. So not only can you call on the weekends, but you should, especially Saturdays. That is definitely a good day to make calls. But thank you for the comment there, Dario. Appreciate it. Again, as you tune in, feel free to drop a comment there. And then as I go through the presentation here today, feel free to ask any questions in the chat as well. So it looks like we are live on all the different platforms. So I will go ahead and take the chat off, but please keep dropping comments in there and we will get started. So today we are going to talk about graphics and social media automation here. So I'm going to go through a few things. It won't be too long, but we'll touch on a few things here. Now, remember that, social media automation is only going to be one part of the puzzle, and we can only do so much automatically, right? So let's go ahead and go through here and get it started. So the graphics, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Canva. Great platform there, and it's free. They have a free version of it, so feel free to go there to Canva. We used to have a company account that everybody had access to at the mortgage calculator, but we don't allow access to that anymore. But obviously you can sign up for a free account, or I think it's like $10 a month for a premium or something like that. Canva's super easy. I mean, you don't have to be a graphic person to use it. I mean, I made this graphic in like 5 minutes that you're looking at right now, and I'm like the most terrible person at graphics ever. So great system, easy to use. Definitely check out Canva. A lot of people think they may not need graphics, but trust me, when you have that system and you can just whip up graphics real quick, and they have different templates and all that kind of stuff that make it super easy. So if you don't already have Canva, definitely sign up for the free version. At least you never know when you're going to need some graphics, and we're going to talk about that today, of when you do need some graphics. Also, at the mortgage calculator, you all have the promotions tab. So under my profile, you have the graphics that we already made for you. So not only the business cards that we made for you automatically and instantly, but also there's some flyers in there as well. And those flyers are already compliant. They already have everything on them that you need. And they also have your, information, your website. They have the QR code on it automatically that goes to your actual website. And they also have, your correct information and the correct compliance information. So make sure, for those of you at the mortgage calculator, use that promotions tab. Get your business cards from there. Those are compliant. Get those flyers from there. Those are compliant. We also have Zoom backgrounds for you, so you can have a cool Zoom background like I have here. So at the mortgage calculator, go to my profile in your CRM, go to the promotions tab in your my profile section and check that out. I recommend printing out those business cards, whichever one you like. We give you a few choices. And then I recommend having those flyers handy so that you can post them. There's a few different ones, and they have a few different, pitches, I guess, each of what it is that we do. And obviously you can post them accordingly to what you're trying to drum up. Some of them are for investors, some of them are for primary homes, and so on and so forth. So make sure to use that promotions tab. Now, when it comes to using these graphics, we want to have constant content on our social media, right? Now, I don't just mean the graphics though. Like we talked about on the previous trainings, we want videos that will get engagement. We want, posting yourself doing natural things, going to events, and letting that all come together naturally. But also, sometimes and what I mean by that is you can make a super simple graphic in Canva, post it on your social media, and it will a lot of the times do better than a video. People think video has a lot of engagement, and it does sometimes, depending on what kind of video content you're doing. But I'm telling you now, you'll see this if you start posting things on your social media, like we're talking about. Most of the time, the most simple graphic, meme type graphic gets a lot of better interaction than like an actual video. Another thing that's great when you're doing your posting your graphics and doing social media posts is also a tag um, meme, essentially. And what I mean by that is a simple graphic that says tag an investor, tag a real estate investor, right? And obviously, it's going to depend on how big your social network reach is, but that's a great, like, viral way of bringing new people into your social media, into your sphere, and allowing you to contact them. So I bet you a meme that says tag a investor or tag somebody who wants to buy a home or whatever the case is going to have more interaction than just a video. However, the videos are what we want to do to build the content, to build the page, to provide the value, right? The videos and stuff are going to provide actual value to our followers and stuff like that. But those memes, those simple memes, and not even just a meme, but a simple graphic, the tags, those type of things are what's going to spread our, content and our page out there more. But the video content is what's going to keep people there, right? All of our different videos, us being at different events, even reposting our different daily rates live trainings and stuff like that. Feel free to repost that and say, hey, check out this deep dive into, DSCR loans. Let me know if you would like to get one, right? Just like we say on that show, get with our team, right? And so if you're the one that posts it and tell everybody, hey, I do these DSCR loans, check out our training on them and stuff like that. So you can feel free to repost that content or any other content out there. But again, we want to probably keep a lot of the graphics we post simple, and hopefully that can reach more people while we do this content in order to keep the people engaged and get that going. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is social media automation. Now, as a loan officer, the best tool that you have to use here for this is Brand 360, right? UWM provides this for us for free. Uh, so most of you have a UWM account already. If you don't, you can get one. And it's an amazing tool. You can schedule all of your different social media automation, all of your different posts and all that kind of stuff. And what's great about it is that the graphics are already compliant that they use, right? So you're going to use there's an option to use your graphics as well. But what's cool about it is they'll provide you even graphics depending on what you're doing, and they will all be compliant. They will have all the compliance stuff at the bottom. Now, you need to make sure your profile on UWM is set up correctly with to make sure it has your NMLS, the company NMLS, and stuff like that on your profile, because that's where it's pulling all the information from, right? So as long as you have yourself set up, you've marked the states that you're licensed in correctly, and you have your NMLS and the company NMLS and stuff like that, it's going to pull it all in, and it's going to make compliant ads for you. And you can schedule them to post every Monday, post this, every Tuesday, post that, or whatever the situation may be. So, great tool for those of you who aren't using it. I recommend to use it. I recommend to make some graphics yourself in Canva and get those approved by compliance, right? When you make any graphics before you post them, you need to get them approved by compliance first. But I would recommend using Brand 360, having it do some automation with their graphics that they make automatically that are compliant, and mix that in with, they allow you to upload your own graphics too. So mix it in with some of your own graphics as well. Their graphics tend to look like the same, right? So they're all just kind of templated stuff. So it's good to mix it up with some that you've made yourself. or maybe mix it up with the flyers that we provide you, right? So Brand 360 will still post things even if you put it into the system, right? So it'll post the regular templated things and it'll post your things as well. Now, the next part of that social media automation is that you can essentially have, a chat bot essentially. And one good company is ManyChat, but there's a bunch of them out there. Actually, for one of my other companies, we use ManyChat, which is it works well for that company. And so if you have the Brand 360 automatically posting every single day these posts for you, and then you have some type of chat bot on your page, like ManyChat, then that will automate the actual speaking to the people who are engaging, and also things like ManyChat will automatically reply to people's comments and stuff, and that's really what will explode the viralness of it when Facebook and all these platforms, they like when you comment and then the person comments and then you comment. That's going to expand your reach. It's going to get you higher up in the algorithm when you're responding and then they're responding. That's what it wants. It wants to see genuine interaction, right? So ManyChat is really cool. There's a bunch of them out there. I'm just using that as an example because we use it on one of our businesses. But you see, when you combine that, when you combine the automatic posting and you combine the automatic, comments, engagement, the automatic answering messages, and all that kind of stuff, now you got it on autopilot. The only thing you would need to be doing is posting the actual, content part of it, right? The videos and the genuine content, while the Brand 360 is doing the automated posting of more of like graphics and stuff like that. And then the ManyChat is interacting with people automatically for you. And of course, you're not just going to only let it do that. You still need to see at the end what the result was and, contact them and stuff like that. But at least it'll be there doing the front end for you automatically. So between those two things, you can really automate, Facebook, Instagram, and stuff like that. Now, the next thing here is LinkedIn automation. So a really cool one to use, which I use, is Meet Alfred. That's what it's called. If you type it into Google, it's called Meet Alfred, and it's pretty cheap. I think it's only a couple bucks, but it's really great. It's going to automate your LinkedIn. Now, there's only certain amounts of things that you can do on LinkedIn, but as you all know, I'm sure you can obviously request people, and then you can obviously send them a message automatically once they accept your request, or they let you send a message like with the request. So you can set it up to do all of that, and you can essentially do your LinkedIn on that. They're not going to do LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a totally separate thing. It's not hooked into all these different automated platforms that you'll find, but it's really great. And building up your LinkedIn is really important for the partnerships. Maybe not as many clients on there, but in our business, we want realtors, right? Set up your Meet Alfred to friend realtors in your market. You different when you're doing the Meet Alfred and you're telling it who to message. You're going to have all kinds of custom fields that you can tell that I want to message these people in this industry, in this state or whatever it is, which for us, that's money, right? Okay, I want to target all the realtors in this state that I'm licensed in, right? And now you're just connecting with them. And it goes back to what we've talked about in previous trainings of being genuine. I don't like the sending a message with the request. I don't like that because automatically I know it's spam. When I'm looking at somebody that friend requested me on LinkedIn, if they do the one where they attach the message there, you can totally see that it's somebody trying to pitch you something. What I would do is be more natural and just only do the friend request. Now, you could also have it respond with the follow up after that, but a lot of the times I don't even have that on. I just have a genuine request to somebody and I'm just building my network. And they're not thinking that I'm spam. They're just saying, oh, this person wants to genuinely connect with me. They're a loan officer, I'm a realtor. And then they're going to start seeing your content, right? And it's going to be a big engagement and they're not going to think you are super spammy. I mean, I unfriend people sometimes if they're super spammy, right? So just make sure that you're doing something more genuine. Now, will Alfred do those other things for you? Send the messages ahead of time and stuff? Of course it will. But it's going to also depend on how you use it. So that's one of the points of today's training is not only to talk about what you can use, but how you should be using it. And Alpha is very much something that you want to fine tune it to be using it how you want. It's not like these other social media platforms where it's super easy to just say, okay, automate everything. We'll do, LinkedIn is a very specific thing. It's made only for business connections and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a whole separate beast there. But Meet Alfred is the one that we use to automate LinkedIn. Now I see there's a question here in the chat. Is there a cost to sign up for MiniChat and Meet Alfred? Yes, there is a cost. They're very cheap though. These things aren't, right? Canva has a free version, and even its premium version is very cheap. MiniChat is obviously costs a little. Alfred costs a little bit too, but we're talking about, I mean, a couple bucks here, $10 a month, $15 a month, whatever it is. Most of them have a plan for the a regular person, and then they have a plan for like companies that have a huge team, right? So like you guys will all just be signing up for a regular personal one, and so they usually have a very cheap option. And ManyChat is not the only one out there. I'm sure there's other ones out there than Meet Alfred, but Meet Alfred is like the official one, right? But ManyChat is like there's a million of those. You can use any of those. I just put it there because I happen to use it at one of my other companies. So that is the thing here for today is just make sure to, I would get Canva, even if you're not, necessarily right now. Everybody, I think you should go to Canva and sign up for your free account just so you have it. It's there. You can pull it up anytime and you can use it. If you have not yet done your, got your business cards, if you haven't used the flyers that we've given you yet, I would also recommend everybody at the Mortgage Calculator to go to my profile in the top right hand corner of your CRM, go to the promotions tab, and it's going to automatically generate all your business cards, your flyers, and all that kind of stuff. I would download those all, right? I would get the business cards printed, but I would download those flyers so that I have them ready to shoot off anywhere, and all that kind of good stuff. And then I would definitely go into Brand 360 and start messing around with that. You can see how it works. It's really easy to use, but you do need to get in there and poke around and stuff and learn how to use it a little bit. But of course, just like anything with UWM, it's made for any loan officer with no experience on social media to do it. And of course, you go in there, you connect your social media so that they can automatically post to it and stuff. And then you start telling it what you want to post, when you want to post it, and all that kind of good stuff. So I would recommend everybody go do that today. If you do want to invest a little bit of money, and again, this is, 10, 20 bucks a month or whatever, then I would also get MiniChat or something like that, hook it up to your Facebook and Instagram, and then I would get Meet Alfred, and I would target Meet Alfred into the LinkedIn uh, um, right? It's going to allow you to target people and all that kind of good stuff. So that's the takeaway here from today. Go ahead and get everything set up, and that way you are ready to go. I do see a question here. Can we use the promo flyers and CRM as digital flyers as well to post on social media? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying is you can use those flyers. I mean, not many people will probably print them out, but everybody's going to be able to use them on their social media. So you can schedule automatic posts with those. So that's kind of the point, is that those are ready to go, right? We already have the legal disclaimers on those flyers and everything. So those are ready for you to post on social media. They're ready to go. So you can use those business cards. Those are all compliant and legal that we have in there for you to get printed. The flyers that are in there are all legal, cleared by compliance, and ready to go. And then it's the same thing with Brand 360. When you go through UWM stuff and use their graphics, those are already have all the proper disclaimers, as long as you have your profile set up. You need to make sure that your UWM profile set up correctly with your correct NMLS, the company correct NMLS, and you have to, this is a big one, you have to mark the states that you're licensed in properly. or else it's not going to work, and put the proper disclaimers on the different graphics, right? That's the big one, is the states. You got to make sure you have the states so it has all the compliance information for that state. Different states require different information to be on different things. So that's very important, is to have your state marked correctly. All right. So takeaway from these is go ahead and set these all up. Even if you're not going to use them today, get in there, poke around, learn how to use this stuff. It's not anything that any of you can't do. It's not rocket science. You just got to, get it, download it, sign in, and just kind of, go around, and you'll be able to figure it out there. All right. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I have some good topics coming up for next week as well. So I will see everybody Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern for the next episode of the Loan Officer Sales Training with the Mortgage Calculator. Have a great day, everyone.